Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be building a large arch, and I want this to look similar to what a ranch or a camp would have at their entrance to their driveway that you would drive underneath. That's what I'm going for, but I don't want to build this out of solid beams. This needs to be more of a prop, easily movable, and it doesn't need to last for a long term, so I'm going to build this out of foam. This is going to turn out really cool. This would be perfect for a wedding, an event where you only need to use it once, or as a prop in a play, something up on stage. It would work perfect for this. These techniques could also be used to make other props and things, so stick around and see how this turns out. To start, I built a frame. You could either buy a truss or build one yourself out of 2x4s, and then I cut two 2x4s for the legs. Now I've got all of the foam cut down into strips to fit perfectly around the outside of this 2x4, and I'm going to use some adhesive to glue all of this together. The 2x4 frame is going to add a lot of strength to this. It will add some weight, but the foam on its own is not all that strong, so I'm going to add a 2x4 frame in here. If you're doing something inside just on stage, you probably could get away with just using the foam and gluing it all really well together, but this is going to be outside for an outdoor event, and there may be wind, so I just want to make sure that this is definitely strong enough to withstand anything that's going to be happening outside. So on the truss, I first started by nailing all of the side pieces of foam onto the 2x4s, and you can see now that it's getting a lot bigger. It's about 8 inches wide now, and now I'm going to cut and place the face on both sides of this truss and cover up completely all of that 2x4 frame. You won't see any of it except for the small piece at the top. There's going to be a sign hung by that later, so I'm going to leave that exposed, but everything else will get wrapped in foam. I'm going to use some nails to temporarily hold all of this together while the glue dries. I'm not really too concerned about the nails showing up or being visible in the finished piece because I'm going to add a lot of texture to this and paint over top of the foam, and you won't even be able to see it later on. Now I'll repeat those same steps to cover up the face on the other side of this truss, but for the sake of time, we're going to jump into the next step, which will be starting to shape all of this to make it look like an actual beam. First thing we'll do is taper the corners to make it look like individual beams. So I'm going to take a razor blade knife and cut a 45-degree angle, just roughly kind of eyeballing it all the way down each of these beams. Next, I'm going to be adding some knots in the beams. I'm going to start with a small circle first, hammer that down into the foam. Then I'll get a little bit bigger circle, press that down, and keep going up until I get to a large size or whatever size knot that I want. This will give me some nice rings and give some texture to make this look natural. Then I'll take a razor blade and cut notches down in, really creating things that will look like the wood has split over time. And then I'm going to come back, and I made this really rough tool here, just hammered a nail in there, chopped it off, and then on this side hammered a nail in and bent it over into a loop. One side I'm just going to use to stab a bunch of holes in it, and this looks like bugs. Over time, chew holes into it. The other side that's rounded works perfect to score just little shallow lines in there to create a wood texture or wood grain going down the beam. I want this to look like one solid piece, not 3 individual boards glued together, so if there's any cracks that run the entire length of the beam, I'm going to cover those up and fill them in with that adhesive I was using before, and then I'll continue carving more lines and cracks in the wood all the way around, putting in some more knots, poking holes, and making more wood grain slashes all the way down with that tool. For cutting and sculpting the foam, I'd recommend using a long razor blade knife, the ones that you can extend and break off pieces to keep the tip sharp. I bought a whole bunch of them, probably 6 or 7, just to use on this project, because if you hit a nail or anything else, you'll dull it, and it really needs to be sharp in order to carve this foam really smooth. And I think the foam as well dulls the blade pretty quickly, so I ended up going through probably 4 or 5 of these blades just carving and sculpting the foam. Now I'm trying to make this as inconsistent and random as possible. The knots need to be all different sizes, they're not uniform size, and I changed up the placement on each of the beams where the knots were, so none of them were the same. To attach everything together, I placed 2 1x4s on the truss, fastened it into place, and they go straight down where the posts are going to be, and I have a groove that they can slide in perfectly. So once I go to attach everything together and it's finished, I can put a few screws into that 1x4 and it will hold everything together really well. Right now this doesn't look like wood. That ugly green needs to go, so I've got 4 colors of paint here that we're going to use to paint this and make it look like real wood. Now we're going to start with white primer, and this foam will actually melt from the spray paint, so I'm going to put a very thin layer on this. This is going to start to seal it so that it doesn't melt too much when I start putting some of the thicker coats on later. So I'm just going to cover the entire thing with white primer and then come back and start adding in the second layer. Once we have the white completely covering the surface, we're going to come back with black. We're going to spray that into all of the cracks that I carved deep into the wood, and then cover up all of the knots that are here. And we're going to spray it pretty thick on the knots. We kind of want those to melt a little bit. Then I'm going to come back after the black is filled into the cracks. I'm going to spray the light brown over top, and I'm trying not to fill up the cracks at this point. If I leave the black there, that would be great. If it ends up getting covered up, that's fine. We'll touch it up later. Now I'm going to come back with this espresso brown. This is the darker brown, and I'm going to lightly spray this over top. And what I'm trying to do is not to cover up completely that light brown underneath. I just want to add a little bit of texture, so I'm not using all the same motions to make it look a little more organic like wood. It ended up looking a little bit darker than I wanted at this stage, so I'm going to come back and lightly mist it with that light brown to get it a little bit closer. Then once I have everything painted the way I want, I'm going to darken it a little bit with some of this wood stain. And I made sure to grab some water-based stain because this water-based won't melt the foam. I'm a little concerned that the oil-based stain would actually melt and disintegrate the foam itself. So I'm going to take this, I watered it down a little bit, mixed it in this jar, and I'm going to paint it on. I wanted it nice and thin. I was actually shocked at how thick this water-based wood stain was. So I just added a little bit of water to dilute it and make it a little bit easier to paint on here. I'll put a really heavy coat of stain on this. It will end up pooling up in all the texture I added to the foam, darkening those cracks and the knots, making those stand out, and also making the whole thing look a bit more aged. Once I'm finished with this coat of stain, this arch is pretty much done. I'll then move on to creating the anchors that will hold this upright. Now this is turning out really cool. I'm loving how this looks. It looks pretty natural, like real wood. Now I'm gonna build the anchors for the bottom of the arch, but while I was recording, my girls got a hold of the camera and it went something like this.
I'm Lana. And me. Hi, Johnny. Take picture. Hi.
Alright, now we're going to move on to building the forms. I'm building this 2 foot by 2 foot and then 8 inches deep. I built these sides. I didn't get the recording because my girls were playing and didn't realize they paused the video, but I put an extra support across the top and bottom of the plywood just to make sure that this wouldn't end up getting bowed out by the weight of the concrete filling it up. I'm also going to be putting in a channel here so that the 2x4 sticking out the bottom of the post can lock right into it. So I'll put a 2x4 in there before pouring the concrete. I had to take a break real quick though because the girls love these boxes and wanted to make some art real quick on the leftover insulation board. But once they're finished, I'm going to take these outside and start filling them with concrete. So right here I've got the 2x4, I wrapped it in cardboard just so that I have a little bit extra space around there once the concrete hardens. I've got one filled up right now, but that's about 5 bags of concrete each one. This is going to be really heavy, so I'm going to put a few loops on these so I could easily use a strap with a machine to lift it up and move it where I need it to go. Now, if you're thinking that this seems like a little bit of overkill to have such a big concrete block, you're probably right, but this is not going to be somewhere where I could stake it down or, fasten it to something. It's going to be outside. I'm a little worried about the wind tipping this thing over, so I wanted to go overkill to make sure nothing's going to happen. So if you're going to be doing this indoors, maybe on a stage, you don't need this much. You may be able to just build a small box out of wood to hold this up or tie it off to something else. This is going to be outside on a parking lot or pavement, so there's nothing I can really strap it to or stake it down to. So this concrete is actually going to work perfect. It'll look like a small foundation underneath the archway. It's going to look really nice, but I know it's overkill, but at least I know nothing's going to happen. So this is what it looks like. The posts were able to slide right into those concrete blocks, and it's holding the posts up. Next, I'm gonna mount this all together outside for the event, and I put a few screws in through the beam on the side, tying that truss on the top to the post, and this was incredibly solid. I was very excited to put this all together and see how it looked. I think this looks absolutely beautiful. Quite a few people mentioned to me that this did not look like foam. They thought this was real wood until they touched it, or until someone told them it was foam. So I think this was a huge success. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you did, hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.